Welcome back. It's not only a promise kept, it comes with a bonus. The Abuja runway project, scheduled for completion on April 19th, will be ready 2 days ahead of deadline. That's according to the Managing Director of the Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria, Mr. Saleh Dunoma, who says the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport's runway will be ready tomorrow, Monday, April 17th. In a statement, the FAN MD adds, "We are leaving the remaining 2 days for Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority. We have written to them and they will do the preliminary inspection. They have to certify the airports that we have done in accordance with their standards." Mr. Dunoma also disclosed that the authority used the opportunities provided by the airport's closure to address other airport excellence in safety-related items. The federal government has been reflecting on its whistleblower policy, insisting that progress is being made in the recovery of looted funds in many currencies across the country. In a statement issued in Lagos today, the Minister for Information and Culture, Alhaji Lai Mohammed, said the policy shows the depth of support among Nigerians for the fight against corruption. He therefore thanked Nigerians for the enthusiasm and commitment shown in helping the government to tackle the hydra-headed monster of corruption by providing useful leads to appropriate government agencies. In his words, "Since we launched the whistleblower policy, we have received immeasurable support from Nigerians. Yes, there is monetary reward for any information that leads to recovery of looted funds, but from what we have seen, most of the Nigerians who have come forward with useful leads were driven by patriotism rather than reward." End of quote. He then reassures Nigerians who have useful information on looted funds that the government will protect their identities and ensure that they get the stipulated reward for their effort. Meanwhile, the governor of Ekiti State, Ayodele Fayose, has accused the federal government of using the anti-corruption war as a tool to cripple the opposition political parties. Governor Fayose was reacting to the cash discovery at an apartment in Osborne Towers in Lagos by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. The governor is questioning the recovery and is asking the government to declare the owner of the money.
The whistleblower who reported the movement in the apartment and the money and the subsequent covert operation by EFCC or NIA for which the money is meant was the president, our president, President Muhammadu Buhari. Does he have a knowledge of this money? If the president is not aware, the EFCC is not aware, the NSA is not aware, then there's more to it. I want to enjoin Nigerians to let us continue to ask questions, to continue to ask these people questions. This drama is one too many. Again, up till today, EFCC is there to tell Nigerians the identity of the owner of the shop, and Nigerians are asking whether or not the Legico shopping plaza, Amadu Bello Way, Victoria Land, Lagos, is not owned by anyone, and the owner of the plaza won't be able to identify his or her tenants. We'll keep our fingers crossed because we cannot be fooled forever.
Ekiti State Governor Ayodele Fayose. Following the discovery of 13 billion naira by the EFCC at Osborne Tower in Ikoyi, Lagos, the Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project has asked President Buhari to clarify the issue in the ownership of the money. The organization also called on the president to ensure legal backing for his government's whistleblowing policy by vigorously pursuing the passing by the National Assembly of the whistleblower bills. The statement reads in part, "No good comes from secrecy in governance, as officials who have become accustomed to operating without accountability are loath to relinquish the power that comes from conducting their business without public scrutiny." Both Governor Nyesom Wike of Rivers State and the National Intelligence Agency last week reportedly claimed ownership of the cash. The island of Ataya, which has for some years now served as a home for some Bakassi returnees following their displacement, has been recently gutted by fire, leaving over 5,000 homeless and their means of livelihood destroyed. And we'll come back to that story as soon as it is ready. But the Ajiboyes have taken the phrase "runs in the family" to heart. Almost every member has an artistic side, from veteran artist Josie, who was a cartoonist with the Daily Times, to his children. The family is indeed not short of talent. Art Review tonight celebrates the Father and Sons exhibition at the Terra Culture in Lagos.
It's an exhibition of cartoons, drawings, paintings, textiles and ceramics by three remarkable men, Rotimi, Segun and veteran artist Josie Ajiboye, who happens to be their father. That begins our tale of father and sons. 11 paintings by Josie, 14 paintings and 18 ceramics by Segun, and 26 paintings and mixed media drawings by Rotimi is what they've brought to the Terra Culture Gallery.
It's a family show, and it's a second in the series. The first one we had was in 2008. That was at National Art Theatre in Gomu. And we felt it's been a long while since we last came out. So this time around, it's just the three of us that's coming out. Myself, my elder brother, in person of Dr. Segun Ajiboye, then my father, Jose Ajiboye.
But beyond family ties, they show that when it comes to art, they have free spirit. The older Ajiboye will always strike a chord when talking about cartoons in Nigeria. His satirical and witty comic drawings make people laugh while passing across a salient message.
Any artist you see will say, my work is very good. But what I can say practically is that it's only the public, you, the viewers, you that consumes whatever we do, are the judge. You know, are the judges who can say this. I mean, you can write, if you do a good job, you don't need to write a long story about it.
Segun is a multi-talented contemporary artist and a lecturer at the Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife, Osun State, who explores Yoruba cultural lifestyles in works of art.
You see, my dad usually say, if you say someone is copying you, your student is copying you, or your student, my father would say, well, who do you expect them to copy? Of course, you. So everybody learns to become an artist by copying an artist. So we learned by copying my father.
This is a rare opportunity to see the unique art skills of this house. Hopefully, they will do another exhibition that will incorporate the girls, Yemisi and Ronke, contemporary artists who are also members of the Ajiboye art family.
Wife of Anambra State Governor Ebele Obiano has assured women and youth of Nnewi South local government area that the present administration of Willie Obiano is committed to their welfare and empowerment through skills acquisition and agricultural projects. Mrs. Obiano was speaking when she toured 5 communities in Nnewi South on a familiarization tour where she distributed food and gift items to widows and children. The First Lady returns the greetings of the crowd with the same excitement shown her on her familiarization tour of communities. And why not? Her reason for coming here is worth rolling out the drums for. It is to reiterate the governor's message that the women and youth are on the state government's mind for welfare and empowerment programs.
Hence my embarking on community tour, so that I can come to every community, get to know you all, know your PGs, know the Igwe one-on-one, know the Ocheze, among others. So I am happy to be here.
The tour sees her touch Osumenyi, Ezinifite, and Ikoyi Hedi, where gifts and messages of government support for the youth are delivered. As grateful as the communities are for the gesture, they still have requests to tender.
The Benato women are proud of you, and we shall swim and sing with you. Your Excellency, the Ebenato women are hereby requesting you to come to our help for the construction of modern markets. Our low market for Ebenato is nothing to write home about.
We no longer have proper functional health center due to the present building where the health center is now is old.
Some women are also inducted into the All Progressive Grand Alliance and introduced themselves with a dance. In all, the First Lady can write a positive report saying the people, from all the love shown so far, are happy with the performance of the Anambra state government. Let's move beyond our shores now. Pope Francis has condemned the deadly attack on a bus convoy in Syria on Saturday. 100 people were killed in the attack. The Pope described it as the latest vile attack on fleeing refugees. The condemnation formed part of the Pope's Ubi et Orbi message this Easter to thousands of pilgrims who gathered in St. Peter's Square at the Vatican. He prayed that God will sustain the efforts of those who are actively working to bring comfort and relief to the civilian population in Syria. Meanwhile, President Tayyip Erdogan has won in today's referendum in Turkey, allowing him sweeping new powers. At least 99% of the ballots have been counted, with 51.36% voting yes, while 48.64% voting no. Addressing jubilant supporters in Istanbul, the president said Turkey has taken a historic decision and that the country could hold a referendum on bringing back the death penalty. Following the referendum, the president will be given vastly enhanced powers to appoint cabinet ministers, issue decrees, choose senior judges, and dissolve parliament. And thousands of migrants have been saved from the sea near Libya in one of the busiest rescue operations of the year. According to the Italian Coast Guard, more than 2,000 people were rescued on Friday and 3,000 on Saturday in dozens of separate rescues. Aid workers struggled to rescue more than 1,500 migrants in one operation, but at least 7 people drowned. Rescue workers said an 8-year-old boy was among the dead. The Migrant Offshore Aid Station, MOAS, said its rescue operation started in the early hours of Saturday and had continued non-stop into Sunday afternoon. The group said it had rescued at least 453 people, but more than 1,000 remain in danger. In sports news, the Nigeria Table Tennis Federation has named a strong 7-man team for this year's ITTF World Championships holding in Düsseldorf, Germany on May 29th through to June 5th. Africa's highest-ranked player, Aruno Kadri, and 7-time Olympian Segun Toriola will lead the men's team, while African champion Olufunke Oshonaike will spearhead the women's team to the biggest table tennis tournament in the world this year. Other players in the men's team are Olajide Omotayo and Ojo Onaolapo, while Idem Effiong and Cecilia Akpan complete the women's award. Nigeria's CAF Confederation Cup contender Rivers United have rekindled their hopes for a continental title following a 2-0 win against Rayon Sport of Rwanda in the first leg playoff in Port Harcourt. Goals from Emeka Otuloma and Guy Kwemian gave Rivers United the win. Emeka Otuloma gave Rivers United the lead in the 29th. Rivers United continued to press the visitors for more goals. Guy Kwemian scored what proved to be the winning goal in the 51st minute to seal the win for the Pride of Rivers. The return leg will take place on April 22nd in Kigali. In football, Manchester United have produced their best performance of the season to damage Chelsea's title charge with a 2-0 win at Old Trafford. Jose Mourinho named an unexpectedly weak starting 11 for the game against his former side, but a much-changed Red Devils were the better team and deservedly took the lead when Marcus Rashford netted after 7 minutes. And Herrera added a second shortly after half-time. The result leaves Chelsea just 4 points clear of chasing Tottenham Hotspur with 6 matches remaining. Earlier, Liverpool's Roberto Firmino beat West Brom 1-0 to go third in the league table. Motorsport now. Ferrari's Sebastian Vettel has won the Bahrain Grand Prix to go 7 points clear at the top of the Formula One standings, with Mercedes rival Lewis Hamilton staging a late charge to finish second. Hamilton's Finnish teammate Valtteri Bottas was third after starting on pole position for the first time in his career. The victory was Vettel's second of the season after the 4-time world champion won the Open in Australia. Hamilton, who won in China last weekend, crossed the finish line 6.6 seconds behind. Vettel now has 68 points to Hamilton's 61.
The car was really amazing to drive. I had a good feeling yesterday, so for many laps it really worked well, and yeah, it was just a pleasure. I could control the pace in the end.
When we come back after the break, the island of Ataya becomes our focus in our community report tonight. Please join us again.